Welcome back. We hope everyone is having a good morning so far, but right now joining us is Dr. Scyller Borglum, the author of STEM Study Habits, Successfully Navigate Math, Science, Engineering, and Life for Your Degree. All right, Scyller, how are you doing this morning?
I'm well. I'm an early riser, so this is good for me.
Oh, this is perfect
yes.
then. I was going to say you want to take my position because I'm not. So, but no, let's get right into your book, STEM Study Habits. What prompted the title?
So the title STEM Study Habits actually comes from the 15 years or so that I spent not only studying STEM myself,
right,
but also serving as an academic coach and mentor for students, whether they were high school students, undergraduates, or fellow graduate students, just trying to tune up their study habits in a STEM degree.
Right, and so what can people kind of find out, or what can people find in your book? I mean, what can they learn about? Is this book meant for a specific type of person?
Great question. So in the book, which is coming out August 27th, I cover everything from how to build your habits and what are habits to right up front how to pass and study for your exams. That was the #1 reason I would get students coming to me. Is it would be about 4 weeks after the start of the semester, and all of a sudden there'd be this panic. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Why am I getting the worst grades I've ever seen in my life? So this book is really for any student who was smart in high school and maybe didn't study as hard as they should have and wanted to go into STEM. It's also for people like me, who I went back to school as a second career engineer to study engineering at 32, right? So I had been out of school for 15 years in terms of math and science. And then I also there are two groups in particular that I really want to get into STEM. Number one, veterans. We have such a strong veteran community in South Dakota, and after they finish their enlistment, they have all of these amazing life skills that are very, very sought after by every employer and by every industry. And then the other are first generation students who, again, in South Dakota, we have a number of students coming into school who into advanced, or not advanced degrees, but post-secondary education, who maybe their parents didn't have the opportunity to pursue a degree, but now they see the opportunity with a math, science, or engineering degree. So if you don't have that background, there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't go on. You absolutely can go study STEM, and so those are the people that I would love to serve with my book. Right,
kind of getting that community, interested in a field that they might have not thought of pursuing, or were kind of too afraid to pursue it in the first place. How would you say that if this book existed when you first started, you think it would have helped you out a lot?
Oh, yes. Yes. So the genesis for this book is actually, I looked for this book when I went back to school, and I had been a professional. I worked as a specialty pharmaceutical sales rep, and that position required not only, of course, a significant amount of extroversion, but you absolutely had to have a scientific understanding. What I didn't have were the mechanics of how do you sit down and successfully do your math homework so that you can translate that to exam day? How do you get through your science problems so you successfully pass your exams?
Right, exactly. So don't spoil everything quite yet, because we're going to be talking about this later on our Facebook and YouTube